Good morning, Virgo. My name is Abby. I'm the Honest Oracle, and I'm here to do a reading for you today. I spent actually quite a bit of time with your energy. I'm going to be really honest. It gave me a little bit of grief, which I think was good because I also learned some things about myself. So thank you for teaching me. Listen to that. It's been quiet all morning, and now we got noise. So we're going to go with the flow. Like I said, I had a little bit of a struggle with this energy here, but I think I've been able to sort some of it out, and we're going to read some cards on it today and see if we can't help you sort some of it out. Maybe you have also felt like a start and stop type of energy, but the main message that I got that's coming through is that there is an imposter. So when I initially felt this come through, I was thinking, oh, maybe Virgo's struggling with some imposter syndrome. And that could still be true, but this feels kind of dark. The way that it came through is somebody is wearing your aura, or cloaked in your energy or something. So, like I said, we're going to get some cards out. We're going to see if we can untangle this. Let's take care of some stuff at the top. Anything that happens during a reading is part of the reading. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. There's no sense in getting activated or distressed by a tarot reader on YouTube, okay? And definitely, I don't think this message will be for everybody, so please definitely don't feed a delusion or get yourself stressed out if it's not making sense to you, okay? So, first things first, we are actually going to get some charms, because I felt guided to do this in a little bit of a different way than I did the other two earth signs. We have some falling out already. All right, we'll just get a few here. All right, we have this like white flower here. We have a snake that's coiled up like a cobra. We have the word brave. You are very brave, Virgo. Do you know that? You're very brave. We have a squirrel on a branch and a cross right here. We have an owl that kind of looks like a heart. We have a nautical, so maybe Pisces, Cancer. Pisces or Cancer. I'm not getting Scorpio from that. We have a mermaid, which again is Pisces or Cancer, maybe Scorpio. Maybe some water going on here. We have a unicorn. We have the word beautiful. You are beautiful too, Virgo. And we have a star. So don't worry if none of those make sense to you. They could be something that's attached to the reading specifically, or they could be things that let you know that this reading has a message for you. So we're going to go ahead and get some cards out. And see what message comes through. So Spirit, let's go ahead and get a card to start out with for Virgo's energy right now. Where are you at, Virgo? What's going on with you? Can I get one card for Virgo's energy right now, please? No? Okay, one more. Thank you. Temperance. Temper, Virgo. So this is very spiritual. It's a beautiful, like, major arcana card that's, this is beautiful. It's Sagittarius energy, so there may be something that has to do with mutable energy. The mutable signs are Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, and Sagittarius. So we have Sagittarius here. You are Virgo. So there may be a mutability. Mutability has to do with, right, if cardinal signs are the shit starters, fixed signs hold the tension, mutable signs do something with the energy once it's developed. That felt important to tell you, so I don't know, maybe you want to look into that. Maybe you want to look at your chart. Look, this candle just went out. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get 3 cards out to start for Virgo. This temperance energy is telling me that you're trying to hold the tension. So maybe you're also leaning on some fixed sign energy, but like I said, also Sagittarius energy. And it's, I don't want to say it's balance to some degree. It feels like moderation. So Let's get a card out first to represent the past about Virgo with this imposter. Strength. What's the present? Judgment in reverse. There's a lot going on here, Virgo. This is some big cards. And the Star in reverse. Ooh, okay. I'm going to clarify these. Let's get some cards out, and then I'm going to break it down for you. Ooh, and we're ending on the World. Okay, Virgo. So in your recent past, we have the Strength card with the Three of Wands in reverse and the Five of Pentacles. This is giving the energy of holding on to your dignity, or even maybe I'm getting like your divinity, as you had some unmet expectations or like unfulfilled wishes, and that's left you in a feeling of like shame or despair, which like that's really tough, Virgo. Like I'm genuinely sorry to see this kind of tension. Presently, you're in a space of Judgment in reverse with a Six of Wands and a Four of Cups. I find this so interesting because initially I'm thinking the Judgment card is somebody else's energy, because right, we have Temperance here as being you. What I'm actually getting is like, how do I want to say this? You think you won, but you're still missing something, and we're for sure going to clarify that. And because you're missing an element, or look, this candle went out too, interesting. Because you're missing an element, or a cup in this case, right? Like look, she's standing at this tree, these cups are here, she can't even see this one, and sometimes we consider this cup up here that the person is not seeing as like the Ace of Cups, which is interesting because we do have the Ace of Cups over here. So there's an element that you're missing, but it does look like you find it. So we come over into the near future, and we have this feeling of like exhaustion and like kind of being run down, but also with this Ace of Cups and the World. Virgo, what does this have to do with this imposter? Let's get some cards on it. All right, Spirit, tell me about the imposter. I want to get a couple of cards. What is this? Who is this imposter? Four of Pentacles. So this is like a pretty miserly energy. This is somebody who might be holding on too tightly, be a little bit greedy even, or think that they have more to protect than what they actually do have to protect. Seven of Swords. There's definitely some subterfuge involved. And I'm noticing how loud things are getting as I'm talking about that. So let that be a sign to you if it makes sense. And then the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This is interesting too because, so first things first, I'm thinking this is the Four of Pentacles. Some people like to call this like the trash bag emperor, or the wannabe emperor, right? And then we have this Ace of Pentacles here in the reverse. So this is somebody without this potential for material growth of some capacity, or like material maturation is what's coming through. But then also we have these combined together, make a Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords. Oh, Virgo. That's this is the imposter. Okay. We gotta dig into this. Okay, tell me more about this Judgment in reverse, Six of Wands, Four of Cups. Tell me more about this Judgment in reverse, Six of Wands, Four of Cups. They took your Five of Pentacles. They're riding on the back of your shame. Whatever is happening, this person, this entity, and even this part of yourself is riding on the back of your shame. King of Wands in reverse. Oof. Virgo. Nine of Cups. Okay, well, that's great. We know that there's an imposter. We know that they're wearing some part of Virgo, traveling on the back of Virgo's shame. And we know that this is a King of Wands in reverse, which is interesting because you're Temperance. So like in tarot world, you outrank this person. But but they think they're independent, or they think that they have a wish fulfillment, or they think that they're doing the thing. Interesting. Tell me more about this starred reverse Ace of Cups in the world, please. Tell me more about Star Reverse, Ace of Cups in the world, please. Four of Swords. This is you. Okay. What I'm getting from this is like there's not going to be a super grand glow up in this situation. This will be handled pretty quietly, but it will be handled, as we can see with the world here. There's going to be some amount of rest and healing, which I think is really good. This was kind of a theme as I sat in your energy, which I feel like now is an appropriate time to tell you about that. So I actually started your reading initially on Wednesday. That was when I had planned to do it, but we make plans and spirit laughs. So I could not get past, I do a tarot reading for myself before I do readings for you guys to kind of filter out my own energy and make sure anything that I've got going on is not bleeding over to like an unhealthy degree, right? It's like keeping things clean. And I could not get through my own energy. And I was, which I initially took as like, oh, you're the problem here. And then I sat and meditated. I put everything away. I reset my whole table. I reset my whole recording area. And I really sat with it. And it was like, you need to wait. And I'm glad I did, because like I said, I kind of woke up this morning to do my normal routine, which includes a reading, and the messages for you finally came through. And so I think there's something here about whatever this person is doing, they're going to expose themselves. They're going to do it to themselves. Like, I genuinely don't think there's anything you need to do here. We'll get more cards to be sure, but this person is somebody who is like lacks impulse control, is like really lacks good judgment or good discernment. This is a person who thinks that they don't even, I was going to say this is a person who thinks that they're making the right choice. They don't even consider, it's not even a consideration for that. And I'm getting something about there's compassion, there's consideration there, but this person doesn't deal with either of those things, which gives me like a pretty self-serving energy, right? Like, it's not that you have to adjust 1313 on the clock. It's not that you have to adjust for every person you meet ever, but there is a rigidity here. Let's get, I want to get a card on it. Is this a blindness or is this willful, Spirit? Maybe this will help narrow it down for Virgo. Is this a blindness or is this willful? Thank you. Three of Cups. That's willful. That's willful, and I feel like there are other people involved. And I'm not trying to feed a delusion. I really want you to make sure this is your message. But it feels like this is a person maybe even trying to impress other people, right? Like wish fulfillment, all this. Okay. So let's get Spirit. Why does Virgo need to know this message? I mean, I'm not sure. Some people deal with other people trying to be an energy vampire or destiny swap, if that's the terminology you use, all the time. And sometimes when that happens, you do have to address it. You have to take a stand. I'm not getting that here. I'm getting like you really kind of need to rest, work on, like focus, like eyes on your own paper. That's eyes on your own paper. Not because we just let people walk all over us, but because in this situation with this person or people, if you interfere, it's like it's all going to be ego, and you're kind of going to put yourself in the same, like on the same track as them, right? Like if we move forward with vengeance or revenge, or I have to make sure everybody knows that this person is incorrect, or I have to prove myself. When we start entering into dynamics like that, we are, number one, almost validating these people or this person. And number two, you're also putting yourself in the same mind frame, because I would venture to guess and maybe even bet that that's where this person started, right? Like there before the grace of God go I, sort of an energy. So Spirit, why are we having this reading? What does Virgo need to know about this? What does Virgo need to know about this? Oh, that's too many, Spirit, please. Maybe you need to know a lot. Thank you. Okay, so we do still have 3 cards that came out. We have the Hierophant. There's something to learn. And because you're losing sleep, you feel like you're losing your mind a little bit. Okay, well, that's fair. Clarify this Page of Swords in reverse for me, please. Clarify this Page of Swords in reverse for Virgo. Thank you. Good grief. Tower in reverse. Okay, this is not your tower, babe. Like, the good news is this is not your tower. This is really, or if it is, because I don't know, this reverse. This is kind of like resisting it. Maybe this is a person who's close to you, and that's really difficult. Like when we have our hearts caught up in something. I'm actually hearing the idea of like, it's not that the people we love don't hurt us. It's actually that sometimes they do it better. I don't know. You might hear a car door, Virgo, and maybe that means something for you. I'm not sure. This is interesting. There's that car door. Spirit, I want to get some of these cards. I want to do another layer for this, please. I want to learn more about this person that is being a bit of an imposter to Virgo. What is their... Okay, well, I'd like to ask the question, Spirit. Thank you, though. What is their goal in this? I mean, we know that sometimes people like to do that because they just plain dislike who they are. But what is this person's goal in this imposter situation? Knight of Cups. Well, who do they want to impress? I mean, this is a, I guess like an emotional energy in the sense that when I consider the Knight of Cups, I always think of like a Romeo, right? This is like somebody who is passionate and like there's so much love, but it's also almost a child-minded type of love, which can grow. That's not a dig in any way, shape, or form. And does this person love Virgo? Let's see, now they have the tower upright. Okay, that's correct. This is not your tower. This is their tower, babe. I mean, I hope that's a relief for you, even though it can be difficult to see somebody experience their own tower. 8 of Swords. They're trapped. Yeah, they've given themselves a bit of a mind prison here. Oof. I want to get some timing on the tower. To be clear, this is not a fancy timing deck, but it is one that I made, and actually I find that it works quite well. Spirit, let's get some timing on when this person is going to experience their tower, or when, how about this? Spirit, let's get a timing card on when Virgo can expect to see some movement on this. Can I get a card for when Virgo can see some movement on this? Tuesday. Well, as I'm recording this, it is Friday after American Thanksgiving, if you're here in the States. Black Friday to some people. Maybe it's on a Tuesday. Perhaps it was last Tuesday. I guess it depends on where you are in the timeline. And then I'm also getting the card when you manifest it. That is interesting, Virgo. That means that you may have a little bit more control over this situation in terms of when that tower hits than you think, or than maybe is normal. Maybe it's not normal for people to have this much, I guess, control or say in the tower moment of somebody who is kind of cloaked in their energy. I want to clarify this past energy over here so we can get some context. 2 of Pentacles. They had a decision. Knight of Wands. They moved too quickly and didn't think that mess through. Temperance in reverse, and they couldn't moderate what they were doing. So they walked away. Strength in reverse. We have this. They started like this. They ended like this. Wow. You hear those birds, Virgo? Ooh, if you know anything about ornithology, tell me what kind of bird that is. I'm dying to know. They're very mouthy. Which maybe, maybe this is somebody who talks a lot. They talk a lot of smack, or they run their mouth a lot, maybe. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and clarify this column here, Spirit. I'd like to get some more information on what Virgo can do. Yeah, because Virgo has a say, I would like to know what they're supposed to do in this situation, or what is their advice? What is Virgo's advice? Do we bring the Tower forward? Let's see. Ace of Cups again. Page of Wands in reverse. You don't you might not like this, Virgo, but this is very much love them from a distance. Like, may God bless you and keep you as far away from me as possible. If you're into God or whatever, that's the feeling I'm getting. Clarify this Page of Wands, please. Thank you, Spirit. Six of Pentacles. Reciprocity. Oh, give them back what they're giving you. What? And then you have the King of Pentacles in the upright. Oh, Virgo. If they're this is so interesting. Please let me know if this is resonating for anybody, because this is the energy of, oh, you're going to be cloaked in my energy. You're going to wear my aura. You're going to be my imposter. Well, fine. I'll just take it back. Right? Like, I'll wear your energy it's like a sweater, right? You took my sweater. You're wearing my sweater. So I can go get another sweater that looks exactly like it, or get a better sweater with this King of Pentacles in the upright to their King of Pentacles. Oh no, they had King of Wands in reverse. Excuse me. Maybe that mistake was less of a mistake. I don't know. That felt pretty similar. Am I missing something? No. All right. Oh, where they're the King of Wands in reverse, you be the King of Pentacles in the upright. Okay. I just got myself mixed around, Virgo. Oh, yes, I'm hearing you're this is hard to say. You're mercurial, so act like it. And I think sometimes we think about Mercury as being quick, which you are. Virgo is very quick, but sometimes that super fast energy gets related to Gemini, who is co-ruled by Mercury. Oftentimes, at least in my experience, I have felt Virgo to be mercurial in the sense that, like, Mercury travels at an odd orbit, and the temperature changes so extremely, right? Hot, cold. And that hot is very hot. And so it's kind of making me wonder if you're supposed to maybe harness some of that analytical or maybe even critical energy to your benefit, right? Because when we're doing shadow work and we're integrating and we're learning the things we need to learn, the shadow doesn't go away. If you think you're doing shadow work to get rid of your shadow, in a sense, then you're kind of just putting new things in the shadow. To me, in my beliefs, the idea is to do the shadow work to familiarize yourself with the shadow, so that when it is useful for you, it is useful for you, right? All right, so let's get, I'm just gonna get a little card over here. Let's see. Six of Cups. The Tower to the Six of Cups. I think this may be somebody have known for a long time. And that may be a part of why this is so difficult. This person may be pretty integrated into your life, or be somebody that you have like a long-standing relationship with. 2441 on my clock. Nine of Swords again. Well, definitely you need to rest, Virgo. You got to get through. You got, yeah, I don't. And Four of Pentacles again. Golly. If this is a part of yourself, okay, this is coming through. Bear with me. Is this an imposter syndrome type of deal where you are qualified but feel like you're not? That's fair. That's a pretty, I think lots of people experience that, which is not to dismiss it at all. If this is a part of yourself, first things first, you need to rest. And I don't mean sleep, although that may be a part of it. I mean rest your mind. Because Nine of Swords twice in the same little run is like nightmares, vivid dreams, stressed out, too much going on in your mind. I mean, look at, excuse me, look at her face. My crazy behind wanted to go like this. Look at her face as I zoom in. Good grief. She's not necessarily in pain, but she's clearly overwhelmed. She's like sitting in the bed and all of these swords are in the bed around her. So in a place where she should feel calm, relaxed, comfortable, she's not. And she being the person in the card, not, you don't have to be somebody who identifies as a woman or a she for this to matter. But I will say that I do think this is a, in this card, this is a bit of a feminine energy, because it's almost like, if I consider feminine energy, which I have feelings about, but if I consider that to be more of a receptive, creative place of being, right? You're getting hit at your most vulnerable. And again, I'm not saying women are vulnerable or that women are not capable of beautiful destruction also. I'm saying that in this reading, in this context, with this card, somebody there, these thoughts are attacking you when you should feel safe. Okay? So the first thing we got to do is get you rested. We got to figure something out. I phone a friend, which may also be the Hierophant card here. I've seen this come up a lot. It feels like there is, for at least a few of you, there's some sort of spiritual teacher that's emerging, or somebody who can guide you, or at least, I don't know, show you what not to do, right? Like, which I think a lot of us have some experience with. Like, oh, this person is teaching me how not to be a person. That's fantastic. All right, Spirit, we're going to get some of these little message cards to go on these piles, and then we're going to get some advice for Virgo on how to move forward, and we will wrap this up. All right, Spirit. Let's get a message for this past energy for this person, for Virgo. Thank you. This card has been coming up a lot. Aha, integration of energies is necessary to flow with the divine. For people who are resonating with this as a message about yourself to yourself, like, even this part of you matters and is important and valuable and useful and productive. And even if it wasn't all of those things, it's still valuable because your value is not measured by your productivity or your usefulness. Okay? Sidestepping the inferno, but they can just follow the ashes. And I immediately was thinking about the Three of Cups. Was it Three of Cups? Three of Cups. Yeah, I was thinking about the Three of Cups in that. I made that mistake with the Kings earlier. I don't know. Feeling a way about it. It is written, so it shall be. Well, I feel this is super positive. This is like, okay, this is, you're going to untangle this. You're going to be able to get through. You're made of the same stuff as stars, you know? All right, so let's get a card, a message about this person, right? I don't know why. It's feeling like handle them like they're a person, even if they're driving you mad, because they are just a person. Just a person. You're not going to believe this, Virgo. When someone tries to destiny swap, but you heal that wound, you are the victor. And where did we see the, oh, shoot. I'm not going to go digging through those cards. We did see the Six of Wands in here. Interesting. Okay, so let's get some advice. I'm going to use these cards. Let's get some advice for Virgo. What should Virgo do about this? Should they, you know, hold? Yeah, I feel like there's something we need a little bit more. Okay, thank you. Page of Swords. Okay. I'm getting this as like a, come at this with an open mind. Especially if part of you is wondering if this is a part of yourself, or you're trying to kind of discover that, integrate, doing some shadow work, things of that nature. But the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. So there's a little bit of learn, and there's a little bit of luck, or destiny, or fate, or however you think about the universe's grand design, right? And then 10 of swords. This is almost done. This is almost done. Okay. Which makes that Tuesday card and that manifest card stick out a little bit more to me. All right, we're going to get one more card, Virgo. One more recommendation from Spirit. And this will be our closing message for you, okay? Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you, as always, for letting me read your energy. I hope that this helped you. And, yeah. Glad I could finally kind of get through those yips, you know? All right. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, we got 2. All right. We'll take 2. All right. Yes, you're stuck in the meantime right now. But this is positive, because when we're stuck somewhere, we're ready to move, or like we're spending time in liminality, which I do believe Capricorn had a somewhat similar message about existing in liminality. When we're doing that, it can be really frustrating. It's kind of like the feeling of pressing the gas and the brake at the same time. But Spirit is saying this is positive for you. Maybe this is a great time for some self-exploration, for some self-care, for some learning, like book learning of some kind, right? But perhaps it's also just a time to rest, which frankly for Virgo may mean book learning. Like, as somebody who is also Mercury ruled, like, sometimes the most relaxing thing I can do is fall on facts. And I'm going to leave it at that. All right. I'll see you next time, Virgo. Thank you.